cotton. It's soft. Sometimes it's in pillows. It's in clothes. We use it to clean our ears. And every now and again, we put cotton inside pianos. We're back with yet another piano from Fracture Sounds. This time we have a Steinway D grand piano recorded with a layer of cotton, and yet entirely different than a felted piano. It installs at just over 3 gigs and runs on the free Contact player. Let's check out how it sounds. I'm not sure why it is that the cotton gives it kind of a percussive kind of sound. Let's take a look at the interface. We'll dig right in. This is the interface. If you've seen my review on Woodchester piano, you will recognize this interface. Very similar. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to solo out the raw sound so we can hear just the raw piano without any atmospheric effects. Okay, now we're going to adjust the color. We're going to bring it down. As you can see, that softens it quite a bit. Or if you want to cut through the mix a little bit better. Okay, so for now, we're going to leave that just at 0. We have stereo width all the way down. To the left is mono, all the way out widens the sound. Atmospheric intensity, we're going to come back to that along with these layer mixers. Key release noise. I'm going to bring it back down so you have a little bit of it. We have pedal noise. I usually like to leave that around a quarter. Room tone. So bring some nice gentle room noise, which is much more authentic if you want to create sort of a very close sound. A little bit goes a long way. Too much can be a little bit distracting depending on the project. So just a little bit in there. And then of course we have our reverb. Click this little cogwheel. We have some additional reverb settings. You can choose some different spaces. And we got some additional settings here. Velocity, sample start, room tone mode, based on how much you want that room sound, if you want it to always be on or if you want it to only be active according to the host transport. Reduce thump. As you can see, that takes away that mid-rangey sort of muddy kind of noise. So I messed around with that and I'm going to keep that active. I like the sound of it. Atmospheric intensity assigned to CC1, which would be automatically assigned to your mod wheel or whatever kind of controller you have if you have it set up. I'm testing out a new controller. So far, so good. Let's solo out each one of these layers. And we're going to turn the intensity all the way up. This is haze. Absolutely lovely sort of atmospheric, almost pad sound. Let's try shivers. That's almost a silky kind of string sound. And then we have Eclipse. It's got a kind of a granular sort of thing going on there. Add as much or as little of each one as you want. I tend to like it somewhere around here. Maybe bring back the intensity a little bit. That's too much, you can always bring it down to your taste. So there's just a little bit of that. And we'll bring down these shivers just a tiny little bit. So that is how it sounds. Again, it's soft. I find it's not quite as soft as a felted piano and just a little bit more percussive. You do have an alternate patch which has the samples recorded with the pedal down. Well, let me run through the project a little bit here. So we have 3 instances of Midnight Grand. So one sort of setup very similar as to the way I'm playing it right now. Let's take a look at the settings here. Atmospheric intensity around 50. I left the color straight up the middle. Quarter turn for room noise. This one I thought I would do something different. So what I did was bring it back because I wanted to be a little bit more kind of like a sound designy kind of layer. Really boost the atmospheric intensity and the reverb. Want a little bit of key release noise. And just to go one step further, and you can do this with absolutely any DAW, by the way, is I just slap some delay on there. You can put delay on the channel itself. You can send it out to an aux channel, whatever works for you. Let me show you how this sounds. So just individual notes and just adding a little bit atmospheric noise. And then I went one step further and had that similar kind of sound, added even more reverb this time. And then this opens the track. So let me play how that sounds. Just wanted something to introduce the track. So, and also to give you an idea of the sound design kind of stuff that you can do based on using some of the atmospheric layers. So as you can see, I rolled these ones up and I brought the raw noise way down low, threw a ton of reverb at it, softened it up a little bit so that it's way back in the mix, so it's not going to interfere with the actual piano sound. So sound design things super easy to do. And then I thought that we would pair this with Fracture Sound's soft string library. So we have cello harmonics thrown in there just for fun, which pairs very, very nicely with this piano. And then we have some viola sustains. I love sustains. I put sustains in whatever I can put them in. We got some violin legato, some of the nicest legato you will ever hear. Legato cello. Oh, I added a cello sustain patch. I can play a little bit of this for you. Playing way too high. We just have some tiny little scoops in EQ, nothing on the master bus. Wanted to keep this a very, very minimal project. Also played the piano a little bit different. If you've seen my Woodchester piano review, maybe that style of playing was a little bit more cinematic. This is a little bit more kind of poppy and percussive because I feel like when I heard the Cotton, that it's got that percussive kind of sound. So that's kind of what I went for. So I'll play that for you in a minute. And before we do that, what I'll do is I will just play the piano a little bit more. I'll turn this mic off so you can really hear how the piano sounds with the atmospheric layers, and then I'll get to the track. And one more time, I'm just going to throw on just only the raw sound. Okay, so I think if you're looking for specifically a cotton sounding piano, this is a lovely sounding piano, which is unsurprising based on everything that we've come to learn about Fracture Sounds. It has a very, very distinct sound. You see what I mean about that percussive sound. So it can be lovely, it can be soft. I feel like it's not quite as soft as their felted piano, so it all depends on what you need, what your uses are. To me, this really sounds better in a percussive sort of style. The Woodchester sounds better in a really soft and delicate kind of project. So it all depends on what you're looking for. All that to say, Fracture Sounds is doing some incredible things with their piano modeling. Excellent range, lovely high end. Lovely low end. Get my hands on some of their other piano libraries so I can continue to demonstrate them and try to help inform your buying decisions. Thanks for watching, friends. Stay safe.